Hey guys, Randall Cornet here. I hope you guys are having a great day. I wanted to make a quick video. A couple cool things that I found that I think you guys will be interested in. Number one, what you guys see on my screen right now is the AMC short squeeze trainer. It looks like some really clever developers put together a system to kind of train yourself for the squeeze, right? So what you could do is you could come in here and let's say you had 1,000 shares, and then you put in your share amount and your average price. Let's say my average price was $14. And then you choose your floor, which, you know, it could be 500, 5,000 or 500K. And let's say if I set my floor to 5,000, you click to the moon. And basically what this is going to do is simulate, you know, the thought process and your emotion level in terms of what you would see during a squeeze. So you could see the total value kind of go up here and the number as it changes. And you could kind of mentally prepare yourself for some of the swings that you might see on a huge upswing. So we'll sit here and watch this for a few minutes. As you can see, like I did better than I thought I would. I ended up walking away with 3.7 million. I think I sold around 6,000. It was getting to the point where the swings are really crazy. But and obviously that's not where I plan on selling, but this is just a good way to kind of put your emotions in check. You can see the portfolio values went from 118,000 to 114 to 97. It's just a good way to kind of test where you're at. And then also with all this information, I believe that they're collecting all of this as well. So, you know, when this is all said and done, if they have enough users actually do this, they might have a good idea of where people's mindset are. Might be some actionable data from that as well. But as you can see, since we started the actual simulation, the portfolio is now at 173,000. The stock's at 170 or 90, and you see it jump in 96, 184, 1,800, 2,000. Boom, we just jumped to 2 million. Like that would have been a crazy spike for some people, right? We just went from like, you know, a couple 100,000 to 2 million. And this is with the price just sitting at 2,300. And then obviously, like let's say, and I'm just going to do this for an example. Let's say, okay, 1,500. Well, no, let's sell it on a green. Boom. We'll just say I wanted to sell it there at 1,892. Boom. You sold so that you get to see. Oh, looked like the sell order actually didn't even go through, to be honest with you. So I'd actually probably have to readjust this. Oh, I didn't put the quantity in. That's why. So let's do this again. So sold at 2,200 a share. Boom. There's my profit. But again, this is just going to get you guys' mind right on how it might feel during the actual squeeze. So I will put the URL for this in the description below. Moving on, if we want to take a look at the dark pool data for today so far, not quite 69%, but 65%, still kind of hanging above our average. Like usually it's between, again, you guys seen in my video yesterday, between 58 to 62 is where I've seen it bounce around the past couple months. So now this will be 2 days in a row kind of exceeding that average. So obviously, yes, again, having a large amount of activity in the dark pool. It's accounting for 65% of the overall volume for today. Another interesting little article that I found. So Goldman has aggressively and quietly liquidated a quarter of its equity investment. So basically, while most analysts and traders are digging through Goldman's investment banking and trading results, of which the former came in stellar, while trading, especially FICC, was mediocre when the bank reported its second best quarter on record. And it said there were some notable slides in the bank's Q2 earnings presentation, and it had to do with Goldman is doing for its own prop or asset management book. As shown in the table below, Goldman's asset management, frequently known as prop, also had a stellar quarter, generating a record $5.1 billion in revenue, more than doubling the year ago quarter. So that's what this graph is right here. Let me make this bigger for you guys so you could see. So you could see that they have definitely, since the second quarter of 2020, you know, it is quite a substantial gap up, even from quarter one of 2021. In explaining the group's stellar performance, Goldman writes that equity investments produce record net revenues, with the year-over-year increase primarily driven by significantly higher net gains from investments in private equities driven by company-specific events, including capital raises and sales and improved corporate performance versus a challenging second quarter of 20. The bank then breaks down the asset mix of its prop traders, which as of quarter 2 had some $21 billion in equity investments spread across various sectors, vintages, and geographies. So that's what this is showing right here. So let me bring it down. So you can kind of see healthcare, real estate, industrials, natural resources, and utility, and that's what these colors represent on the chart. And so it's interesting. This is the lending, this is equity investments, and this is consolidated investments. But the 21 billion equity investments you're looking at here, this is the important one, this top left section. So you can see they're kind of spread out across, all these different sectors. Going back, it says, which brings us to the punchline, a chart showing what Goldman had done with its equity investments in 2021. Here, the bank pulls no punches, making it clear in the title that it's been busy harvesting its balance sheet equity portfolio, which of course is another word for selling. What is even more remarkable is it just goes to show how much Goldman has harvested so far in 2021, harvesting being another keyword for selling. As shown below, having started with 20 billion equity portfolio, which has enjoyed a 5 billion increase in market prices, Goldman dumped a whopping 5.5 billion of its equity assets so far, or more than a quarter of its entire portfolio as of December 31st. And that's what it's showing right here. So it's definitely, there was basically a big dump right in this area. Okay. And now, what are they saying here? So they're talking about who's Goldman selling to? Anyone who's willing to buy. But we would wager the retail investors who have been on the buying tilt since 2021 have been the proud recipients of the billions in Goldman sells. This is the financial literature is called the distribution phase. The sells were so extensive that the topic was brought up on Goldman Sachs' earnings call that was earlier today. In response to a question about Goldman's efforts to reduce its equity investment portfolio, the bank said that it has made progress on improving its capital efficiency and is moving aggressively to manage equity positions, especially since the environment is supportive. And so what does that mean in English? Goldman is aggressively dumping its positions in an environment that is supportive, which they're saying is basically dumb money is providing a constant bid into which whales such as Goldman can sell. So we are actually providing these banks with liquidity, which in turn leads me to believe that everything that we've been saying is there's a liquidity crisis for these banks, and they're going by all means to find whatever open door they can go to find some extra cash. The last time that Goldman Sachs was actually aggressively selling into a supportive market, well, we have to go back all the way to 2007 and 2008 when Goldman was busy creating the very CDOs which its prop desk would aggressively short. We all remember how prophetic that particular move turned out to be. So again, very interesting stuff when we talk about, huge banks such as Goldman liquidating out of all of their equity investments. Why would they be doing something like that? I mean, it's easy for us to speculate, but again, I have to think that they are trying to find as much liquidity as possible. So that's about all I have for you right now, guys. I do have another video with a special guest coming later today, I hope, if not early tomorrow. And so I will catch you guys on the next one. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Love you long time. Peace.